Hello, anyone not still living in the 1970s. We interrupt your day to bring you this announcement. Husker Ninja is in the building. Alright, guys, we are here today with episode number 23 of the Northern Iowa Panthers Dynasty here on NCAA 14. Today it's a Week 5 matchup on the road against the Florida Atlantic Owls as conference play gets underway. The Panthers are here in their first season in Conference USA after spending their first season in the FBS in the Sun Belt, and they're looking to get conference play started off right with a win here today. We'll see if they can pull it off against the hometown Florida Atlantic Owls as you take a look at the season offensive yardage to this point. The Panthers averaging 26 points a game and Florida Atlantic only 15. So you got to think if they limit the turnovers, they got a good shot to walk out of here today with a win and advance to 1-0 in conference play. But hello everyone, welcome to FAU Stadium in Boca Raton, Florida. We got a Week 5 matchup here between the Florida Atlantic Owls and the undefeated Northern Iowa Panthers. I'm Husker Ninja, and we're bringing you all the Northern Iowa football action to you all season long right here on the Horn Sports Network. Conference play begins here today, and both teams looking to get conference play started off on the right foot as Northern Iowa will lose the toss. Florida Atlantic will elect to receive. And so, first drive already here for Florida Atlantic. They're facing 3rd and 6. Hankerson back to pass. Underneath, knocked away, incomplete. Brad Parker, the true freshman safety, there to make a play on the ball. And that'll force a 3-and-out for Florida Atlantic on their first drive of the game. Back to punt is Florida Atlantic. It'll be taken by Hawley at about his own 24. Hawley's got a little bit of blocking, tries to put on a spin move. He's brought down across the 45. So out comes this Northern Iowa offense led by senior quarterback Aaron Bailey. And on their first drive, they got a 3rd and 2 in Florida Atlantic territory. Ball out about the Owls 46. They'll give to Charles, and Charles is blown up in the backfield. Loss of 2. It'll be 4th and 4. Robert Relf there to make the play for the Owls in the backfield. And we'll see if head coach Mario Means decides to go for it, and he will. So taking a little bit of a gamble here early in the game, 4th and 4. Fires over the middle, caught by Joel Hood, good for a gain of 10. The true freshman moved the chains for the Panthers. And their drive, 5 minutes to go now, first quarter. It's a first down inside the Florida Atlantic 40. Bailey's got a man again. This time it's Adam Mitchell, the other true freshman wideout. And Mitchell will pick up 13 and another Northern Iowa first down as they are down to the 25. Sets up a 2nd and 11. They'll give to Smith. Tyvis Smith checks into the game, and he's going to go up the middle for a gain of 11 and a first down. 263 carries and a touchdown on 75 carries so far this year. He's been usurped by the true freshman Andrew Charles just because he has not been as productive as the coaches would have liked. But he can still come in and hopefully be productive as on first down they got Mitchell again for 13 more down to the 2. It'll be 1st and goal Northern Iowa. They'll give it to Smith. Smith sheds contact behind the line of scrimmage and gets into the end zone. The senior running back with his 2nd rushing score of the season. And Northern Iowa strikes first here in Boca Raton, Florida. As we got a studio update for you here, Texas A&M takes Alabama to the woodshed, 27-7. The Crimson Tide fall to 3-2 on the year. Elsewhere, Marshall improves to 4-0 with a 21-14 win over Western Kentucky. The Hilltoppers fall to 1-4. Ensuing drive now for Florida Atlantic. They're down 7-0. And they got a man. He's breaking some more tackles. He's going to get a big gain there on 1st and 10. It'll be a game of about 45 yards for DJ Juiced. On 2nd and 7, they're going to give the ball to Gregory Howell. He's going to rumble ahead, pick up the first down. This Panthers defense has struggled here so far on this drive. We'll see if they can't come up with a nice stop here in the red zone. as that will give away more free yardage. That's going to be a face mask on the tackle. That would be Jay Nelson, the right outside linebacker of the guilty party. Brought him down by his face mask while he was trying to tackle him. Sets up 1st and goal from the 6 for Florida Atlantic. A reminder, the two teams played a 4-overtime thriller last year. And on 2nd and goal, Hankerson blown up in the backfield, sacked by Michael Johnson, the true freshman. Michael Johnson just came free off the line and slammed Hankerson down. But a year ago in Cedar Falls, it was Northern Iowa prevailing in 4 overtimes. Florida Atlantic definitely hoping for a different outcome here. And on 3rd and goal, Howell gets in untouched for a 4-yard touchdown to even the score at 7. Minute 7 to go here, first quarter. It's a 3rd and 13 on the ensuing drive here for Northern Iowa. Bailey back to pass, overthrows his man, incomplete. And that will be a 3-and-out for the Panthers. So they give the ball right back to Florida Atlantic. But Florida Atlantic not doing much after good field position following a poor punt. Facing a 3rd and 10. That's going to be knocked away by Willie Beeman. Incomplete. 4th down. Florida Atlantic's going to punt it right back. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. 1 gone, 3 to go here in Boca Raton. Florida Atlantic and Northern Iowa tied at 7 in the conference opener for both teams. It's a 3rd and 3 here for Northern Iowa as we are early second quarter. They give the ball to Charles, and it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. But just to be safe, there's a face mask attack on 15 more. That's on Marquise Durdley, the safety. Not sure how you pronounce that name, but he's the guilty party, giving up 15 free yards. There in the drive, sets up 3rd and inches. Joel Hood wide open over the middle. 7 yards and a 1st down for the Panthers. 5:35 to go here, second quarter. Next play, Bailey throws. Got a man. It's Hood again. 12 more yards and another Northern Iowa 1st down. The true freshman wideout have seen more action here in the past couple weeks as they have built up some stronger connection with their quarterback. And right there on 2nd down, Charles, he's got a ton of running room, just nice blocking, and he's going to run along down the sideline for a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Neither running back has been particularly effective so far today running the football, and that's a little bit troubling, but it's not going to matter on this drive as Aaron Bailey finds Joel Hood alone in the end zone for a Northern Iowa touchdown. And the Panthers reclaim the lead with 2:56 to go until halftime. A little bit of a rush throw, but a nice grab there by Joel Hood. And Northern Iowa is back on top with 2:56 left in the opening half. Ensuing drive now for Florida Atlantic. They're facing a 3rd and 3. They'd really like to score some points before halftime. And there's a man wide open. It's Nate Terry all alone for a gain of 15. Nearly got more as he threw one Northern Iowa defender off of him, but couldn't shake 2. And in the drive, it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll give to Warren. Warren running Northern Iowa defenders over on his way to the Panther 35. Good for a gain of about 14 and a 1st down. Next play, they got Juice again. Juice has a ton of daylight. He's inside the 10. Finally dragged down at about the 8. Juice has had 2 big catches so far in this first half. They'll give it to Hal. He's blown up in the backfield. Lost of 3. Guess who? It's Michael Johnson again. The true freshman left end has been having himself a pretty good first half so far. As now it's 3rd and goal from about the 12. They want the screen. Hankerson as he throws. Got a man. It's Hal. Hal's not going to get into the end zone though. Stopped at about the 2. But that should still be enough for a field goal. And Northern Iowa is going to call a timeout to force him to kick it and save some time for him to maybe get the ball back and get something going on offense. But the kick is good. 1:15 to go first half. It's Florida Atlantic 10, Northern Iowa 14. 2nd and 10, looking to add on to their lead before halftime is Northern Iowa. Bailey's got a man. Nice throw to Elias Nissen along the sideline. He's going to get out of bounds, and that'll save a Northern Iowa timeout. They still have 2 remaining. Next play, Bailey back to pass, feeling the pressure. He's got a man. It's Nissen again, out to the 45. Elias Nissen good for a gain of 15. Bailey throws underneath, got Mitchell. Mitchell will break a tackle, and he's got 14 and another first. So 3 straight plays of nice throws, and all of a sudden they're into Florida Atlantic territory. Going deep, got a man. It's Nissen again. 19 yards this time for the tight end. Elias Nissen has had 3 big first down catches so far on this drive, as that will allow them to get into field goal range. A completion there to Dalton Damos to center the ball for the field goal try, which is right through the uprights. And that will take us to halftime. Northern Iowa leads Florida Atlantic 17-10 at the break. The defense has got to tighten down a little bit. They're giving up a lot of big plays. If they can do that and the offense can continue their hot start, they should be in good shape. Hawley to return the opening kickoff of the third quarter. He's got some blockers. Hawley's got some running room out to about midfield. Good for a gain of 50. A really nice return to set up great field position for Northern Iowa. They'll give it to Tyvis Smith on 2nd and 3. He's got 3 yards, and that's just enough for the first. But again, neither running back for Northern Iowa so far has been able to get much traction going against this Owl defense. Man wide open, it's Joel Hood. What a throw. And Hood somehow found a bunch of separation, a big hole in the defense. And that's a big gain inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Northern Iowa. A nice job by Bailey to get it to Hood on the run. And an even better job by the freshman to get himself that wide open that the throw didn't have to be right on the money. And the drive now 3rd and goal, thrown to the end zone. It's picked off. That's been a problem Aaron Bailey's had so far throughout his career, and it's going to bite him again right here. They had at least 3. It was 3rd and goal. He went for the touchdown, and instead it's an interception in the end zone, and Northern Iowa comes away with no points. And so it remains a 1-score game instead of a 2-score game. On 2nd and 10 in the ensuing Florida Atlantic drive, they'll go to the screen, and this is going to be a big gain. They're going to give it out to the Northern Iowa 40. Big time gain there by Howell on the screen. They're in the drive. It's 2nd and 4. Hankerson feeling the pressure. Down he goes. Sacked again. And it's Michael Johnson. He's coming up big. The freshman with 5 tackles, 3 for loss, and 2 sacks so far. And the guy who played linebacker in high school but was moved to the defensive line upon coming here is really having himself a little bit of a coming out party, as he was in there to make the play again, stop him short of the first. It'll be 4th and 6, and they'll try a long field goal attempt, which is wide right, no good. Northern Iowa remains up 17-10. That kick never had a chance. So 4:35 to go. Northern Iowa remains up 17-10. Ensuing drive, 2nd and inches. Rifles that one in there to Joel Hood, and the true freshman going to move the chains again. 7 catches, 81 yards, and a score so far for the true freshman Joel Hood. And the drive, 4th and 5. They're going to go for it. Got a man, Taylor Otterstader. And Otterstader's got 8 yards and a big-time first down on 4th and 5. They're going to go for it again now. It's 4th and 13. This will be the final play of the third quarter. That's going to be knocked away, incomplete. They'll turn it over on downs. Not quite comfortable with a field goal attempt from that try, so they just decide to throw it deep and see what happened, because you're also maybe 15 yards max if you punt it, because that's probably going into the end zone for a touchback. But Northern Iowa's got a 17-10 lead over Florida Atlantic here, early 4th quarter. And Howell's breaking free for a gain of 26 on this Panthers defense. 12 carries, 60 yards, and a score for Howell. They got a first down at about the 34. Hankerson going to break some tackles. He's got a first down on a gain of 10. And look at the Florida Atlantic Owls marching down the field looking to tie things up here in the 4th. Hankerson going to keep it himself. He's got it down to the 2. It's 1st and goal, Florida Atlantic. Can this Northern Iowa defense come up with a goal line stand? No. Howell right into the end zone, untouched from 2 yards out. And with 7:18 to go in regulation, we're an extra point away from a tie ball game. 2nd and 2 in the ensuing drive for Northern Iowa. They'll give it to Charles, who's going to Ball forward for a gain of 3 and a first down. 17 carries, 54 yards for the true freshman. Still not a great outing running the football for either Tyvis Smith or Andrew Charles, as he's going to be a yard shy of the first right there. They tried to run it, didn't quite get there, and they're going to have to punt it back to Florida Atlantic. And Northern Iowa is not helping out their own cause, so that's going to be a face mask while trying to make the tackle. That is on Chris Hefner, the defensive tackle. That'll set up Florida Atlantic with a first down at the 40 of the Panthers. It's a first down from the Northern Iowa 40, 3:20 to go here in the game. Hankerson going to evade the pocket. He's going to take off, and he's got a gain of about 19. Almost in the red zone now is Florida Atlantic. They're looking to score twice in the fourth quarter and walk out of here with a win. Went for the pick and nearly got it, but somehow got it over the defender's head and into Raphael Leonard's hands for a first down. And their drive, now it's first and goal. Hankerson feeling the pressure. He's going to be sacked. Down he goes. It's a loss of 4. And that was Antwain Madsen there to make the play. Third and goal, now looking to try and hold them to a field goal. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Jay Warren blown up in the backfield. And Florida Atlantic's got to settle for 3. They're going to milk the clock as much as they can. Northern Iowa is electing to save their 3 timeouts. And they're going to try and go down the field and take this win here in the closing seconds. 3rd and 9. Bailey going deep. That's going to be picked off by Dudley Gordon. And that will end this game. He's going to return it into the end zone. That's a pick 6 for Florida Atlantic. And Bailey's second interception of the day is returned for the touchdown. That will probably put this game out of reach. Unless they can get a very quick score and then an onside kick, this game looks about over. But they're still trying though, and that's going to end it right there. The 3rd interception of the day there by Aaron Bailey is going to cement the victory for Florida Atlantic, and Northern Iowa drops its first conference game of the season in the conference opener. The final, Florida Atlantic 27, Northern Iowa 17. Florida Atlantic improves to 3-1. Northern Iowa falls to 4-1. And yeah, the offense really never was able to get the run game going. That's probably a big reason for the fact that they were unable to score any points in that entire second half. They controlled the time of possession again. Bailey went 19 of 33, 206 yards, 1 touchdown, but 3 interceptions, including 1 return for the pick 6. That ultimately put the game out of reach, and then the official game ender on the following drive. Charles had 21 carries, 74 yards. Smith didn't do much better, and the lack of a run game really hurt Northern Iowa today. But like I've been saying all year long, this team has played some really close games, and they turned in some lackluster performances. I thought eventually that could catch up with them, and it looks like today happened to be that day. A bright spot definitely was Michael Johnson, the true freshman, having himself a coming out party in his first conference game. And he put the rest of Conference USA on notice, I think. 8 tackles, 3 for loss, and 2 sacks. He's going to be a special player for Northern Iowa for many years to come, I believe. I'm very excited about his potential, and he was a lone bright spot in an otherwise disappointing all-around field performance. The other bright spots were the 2 true freshman wideouts, especially Joel Hood. He had himself a very nice game. He caught a touchdown pass. He had probably around 100 yards receiving on like 9 catches. And that will do it for me. I will see you guys next time. We're going to send it out to our studio for a look at Northern Iowa recruiting. But first, a look at the top 25 polls. Arizona jumps up to number 1 in the top 25, followed by Washington, Michigan State, Nebraska, and Nebraska City. Georgia Tech, Baylor, Auburn, Oklahoma, and Arizona State round out the top 10. And we're seeing some new faces in the top 25 this week. Looking at the Conference USA standings, Marshall on top in the Conference USA East, Florida Atlantic second, and Northern Iowa not doing so hot. But on the recruiting trail, we got 4 commitments already to be excited about, as it's only week number 6. One is John Terrell, a guard from Cheviot, Ohio. He's got just solid all-around blocking skills. He'll be a nice addition for this offensive line that has struggled at times over the past 2 weeks, over the past 2 seasons, I think. Also, they got Marcus Johnson, an athlete who will probably be a receiver or a running back. He's from Utah. They also got Darius Hayden, a defensive tackle. He's going to be a little bit of a work in progress. He's from Lake Providence, Louisiana, but give him a redshirt season and he could be a pretty good player a couple years down the road for this Panthers front 7. And we are taking a look at some new guys added to the recruiting board this week. Got a couple of tackles in George Chase and Adam Stone. And then the usual suspects still going hard after Matt Daniels and Ronald Jenkins, Troy Brooks, a bunch of these guys. So recruiting still got a long ways to go, but a nice start to the season so far, or a nice start to this recruiting cycle so far for head coach Mario Mean. 4 commitments already in 5 weeks. That's pretty impressive. And that'll do it for me. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day, everybody.